So mine is totally dry now. I still have all the colors that we made before. And now I'm gonna use my middle-sized brush and go back and add some darker places with this dark kind of red-orange. So I'm gonna dry my brush off pretty well. And this needs a little mix. I'm trying not to add any water to it. I don't want to water it down too much. And you know what? I'm going to use my small brush. Changed my mind. So this third layer, this third color is just going to add the shadow, kind of to show where the fade happens from the front of the octopus to the back. So it helps show some depth and some curves, and it is the shadow part. So I'm going to start over on this side and work my way around. Again, so I'm not having to set my hand or lift my hand off of the octopus. So the front is light, the back is dark. I'm going to add this around the back edge here. And then I'm going to put it kind of on the top of the octopus arms, legs. And this octopus, this leg is kind of coming from the back, so the body is going to show right here. I'm going to soften these edges here real quick before it dries. So I'm mostly following where I put the kind of middle color here. I'm trying to keep this dark away from the light, so I'm going to paint on the opposite side of the octopus leg from where the tentacles are. I'm kind of using that idea as my guide here. So if the boy, I keep saying tentacles, don't I? If the suction cups are down here, then on this leg, I'm going to move over to this side of it. keep forgetting this little part that's showing through behind. Oh no, and look, I touched that. Okay, time to clean it up with some clean water. And then I need to wash my hand, it looks like. Second time on this one, I'm really flubbing up the background. Oh well, it happens. I got it. I must have set my hand down in one of these little bits of wet paint. All right, let's do better. So I keep forgetting this, what I was saying is I keep forgetting this little part in here. So I'm gonna go back and add that right now. My habit is to dip my paint in my brush in the water even when I'm not changing colors, and I'm really trying hard to not water down this paint, so I need to stop doing that. Because if I water it down, then it's going to turn into this paler color and I won't have the contrast, and I'll need to mix it again and it won't be the same as what's over here. You understand? Okay, I do have to mix a little more. So it was dark orange. And this red. So under the eyes here is dark. I've left it light, but not really on purpose. It's gonna be what we mix this black up for. So I'm gonna fill it in with this darker color. And I'm gonna leave it light above, kind of right below the eyes, this part here. I'm gonna leave it a little bit light for now. Let's see. Okay, but I'm gonna soften this a little bit. So we don't have any of this true orange in here yet. We don't have any yellow, and we don't have this black color. I'm gonna put a little of the blackish purplish orange in there, but first I'm gonna mix a little bit more orange in with it. I'm gonna put that on the eyes now, and it needs a chance to dry, which is why I'm doing it now. Oops, I've got a wet brush here. So I want black for the eyes. I'm gonna do kind of the top and the bottom. And then I'm going to put a little of that down here. And this color, this more orangey color of it, which is kind of what forms when this black mixes with this red under here. Okay, so now this lighter color here, oops, touched it, is what's right above the eyes. And I'm going to use that tone to fill in this whole area now. And I'm going to water it down quite a lot. And so I'm adding water to this, but I'm also going to use a really wet brush because I want this to be pretty pale in here. So I put some paint on, I'm washing it all the way off, and now I'm going to just spread that paint around with a clean brush. Oops. And I'll soften this area a little. Okay, now I'm going to use this orange color, and I'm just going to put it in on top of this mid color on each leg. And I'm going to add a little bit into the body also. So it's pretty watery, that's good. Let's just try it. I'm going to start on this side now. I'm not going to put it everywhere, just a little bit of it. I'm putting it in places where there seems to be room, if that makes sense. So like this wide spot here, there was a lot of that middle color. So I felt like there was room for a little bit of this orange to go in without having to cover that whole mid-range color, that pink color. So right here, there's quite a lot of room. And we're gonna have we're gonna have suction cups down there. So I need to make sure I keep room for that. And then I want some in the head. And even in here a little. That got very pale, didn't it? And a little down here. And now I'm gonna add yellow, and I'm just gonna, I think I'll just put some yellow maybe into this tone here. Well, I'm just gonna use yellow straight out of the pan. I might want these colors again, which is why I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of yellow into the orange because it's still wet. and it'll blend a little. It won't stand out quite as much. Okay, and then I'm gonna try and move this color around a little. I don't want like a white spot in the middle. I just wanted it to be a little bit lighter there. So I'm gonna use this sponge and just lift a little bit of the paint off now that I got it wet. There. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little of this dark color. I'm gonna try for a very, very thin line around the back side of the head. Let's see if I can. It's probably not necessary. I just wanted to bring it down on the back side here and then bring it in for some shadows. And then I'm gonna use this color inside some of these, I don't know what you would call maybe the armpit. Does an octopus have an armpit? And just places that need a little more shadow. I don't like that. Oh, but you know what I do like about this little mistake is that a watered down version of this color I think is going to be really good for the suction cups. Really pale little circles that are kind of this shadowy color. All right, where was I? Maybe up here. Okay, I don't want to be too fussy about this. So we need a little more orange in the eyes and right along here. So I'm gonna pull this color back in. And if you just dot it in there, it won't smear that black very much. I'm gonna dot a little bit of the red in there too, that red-orange mixture. Okay, I'm going to water this color down now, and let's try some tentacles. Maybe I'll mix it over here. And get some water. You know what? I'm gonna mix it right into this peachy color. That would be great. So just a little bit at a time until I get kind of a pinkish gray. That might be just right. I'm gonna try it. So not every suction cup is going to look like a circle. Some will be like a half circle. Some might be just kind of a little U shape. We might not be able to see the whole thing. Let's see if my brush is small enough to just make some little, like a little hint of a suction cup. Or maybe try and make a circle with your brush, and if it doesn't fill all the way around, then just leave whatever it is, whatever shape it's making. Just let that work. I'm going to try making this a little bit lighter now for this side. No particular reason, I just feel like those are looking a little bit dark, and I'm going to try it a little bit lighter. No good reason, I guess. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done. I could probably fuss and fiddle with this for a long time, but I think that is the gist of it. You know what? Take that back. This is too light. I don't like how light this belly is. I want it to be that light, but only in about half that amount of space. So, okay, now I'm gonna stop.